everybody. Ooh, what happened to summer? It's wet, windy and cold out there today. So I've been shopping. I went to Tesco because I've got some birthdays coming up this week and I needed to grab a couple of things in relation to that, and obviously couldn't get those at Aldi. And sometimes the choice at Sainsbury's is very limited, whereas Tesco has a bit more choice. So I did bite the bullet and went to Tesco's. I had to queue for an hour before I even got into the store today. It was slightly crazy, but it did feel a little bit more organised or calmer in there. I met less people going the wrong way and doing all of that, and so I don't know, it felt a little bit better, but the queuing for an hour to get in was a bit of a pain. So I spent £105 today, but as I said, I did buy a few things that are not related to food or the household at all. So I think if I take that out, I probably spent just under 90 on food, which again for a Tesco shop is quite normal. So I will turn you around. I'll show you what I picked up, and then as always, I'll show you our meal plan at the end. I do hope you're all staying well. And life is starting to get back to normal for you. By the time I post this, which will probably be a week after I've recorded it, hopefully some more of you will have been able to start to get back to normal. I have gone back into the office this week for 3 days and 2 days working from home, and I'm going to do the same next week. And we've got about 100 staff back out of almost 500 that were furloughed. So things are starting to adjust. Toney's still on furlough. Caleb's still home from school. He's year 5, so he's not in the groups that have gone back to school yet. So that part of life is still the same, but I'm now spending a bit more time out of the house. So anyway, as I said, I'll turn you around. I'll show you what we got, and our meal plan for the week will be at the end of the video. So there is the big sweep. So quite a lot of stuff, and you'll see here at the beginning some things that are completely not related to the household at all. So we've got 3 birthday cards. It's my mum's birthday on Tuesday and Caleb's best friend's birthday on Friday next week. So my mum, we haven't actually seen her since March when we went into lockdown. She's 85, so we've kept our distance. And we were hoping to be able to go and just sit in the garden with her this week on her birthday evening, and just have a cake or something with her, but the weather is not great, so I'm hoping that by Tuesday it sorts itself out and we can that we can still do something with her. It would be lovely to see her, although not giving her a hug and stuff is going to be tough for us, but hey ho. My usual TV magazine. I then picked up a couple of books. So I'm an avid reader. I read a lot, always have done. And I've got loads of books on my Kindle. I look out for deals on Kindle books, and there's a lot of free books out there for Kindle, and I have Kindle Unlimited, so I can have so many books. It's like a library. You borrow from it and you check them back in when you've done reading them. But during lockdown, I've started to read more actual physical books again, which up until probably 10 years ago, when we moved back to the UK and I had to leave a lot of books behind, I've always had a big bookshelf full of books that I've either read or going to read, or in a to be read pile. And I just have used my Kindle almost exclusively, apart from just an odd book that I've picked up perhaps on holiday or something. But I've started to read more books, and so there were a couple that I've been wanting to read, and I spotted them in Tesco. They were 2 for £8. So one is Lockdown, which is a book about a pandemic and the world going into quarantine. Slightly spooky, but not completely related to what we're dealing with now. But when I read the back cover, it's a sort of story that I would read anyway, so I'm quite keen to read that. And then I've heard so many people talk about When the Crawdads Sing, and because it was in the 2 for £8 deal, I just decided to pick that up. Haven't read that one, but that one will probably go quite near the top of my to be read pile. I might do a video at some point about some of the books that I've read recently and a bit of a review of them. I don't know. I see quite a lot of channels related to books, but they tend to be just about books on the channel. We obviously do a variety of things, but I might do something with that later. Big bag of birdseed. 2 little things of shower gel, a Cotton Clouds one and a Mallow Mazing. We've just started on the Cherry Bakewell one that I was so excited to have. It does smell absolutely delicious. So we've just started on that one, and so that's left us an empty spot in the cupboard. Some of the shower spray, the stuff that you just spray on after you've had the shower, and it just sort of keeps your shower relatively clean in between major cleans. Some pink lemonade cans for Caleb. And then I also got these Calypso Clears. So these are the little pots with a straw that you used to get. I know even when I was young, you used to get these when you went certain places, like I think at the cinema and places they used to sell this. But it's just kind of clear. So it's flavoured water essentially. So it's orange and strawberry. And it's just something different for Caleb. He drinks apple juice usually in the morning. He drinks a fizzy drink when he has his dinner in the evening, and then during the day he drinks bottles of squash, sometimes water, and then sometimes the little bottles of drink that I buy for him. So that will just give him something different that he perhaps hasn't had before. Some of our usual 50-50 bread, a dozen eggs, some chocolate Weetabix, chocolate chip cookies and Oreos for the biscuit tin, some mini naan breads, sage and onion stuffing mix, Heinz ketchup. We ran out of ketchup on Thursday night. So last night when we had dinner, there was no ketchup and Caleb was mortified. And he said, well, can I have barbecue sauce? And we had no barbecue sauce. And he said, well, what can I have? Something that goes with this chicken. And there was nothing. And I think at the end he had some salad cream or something on the side of the plate. I felt awful that we didn't have any ketchup. But yeah, he goes through a lot of this stuff. And I know it's not great for them, but he's got good teeth. He's got to nearly 11 years old without a filling or anything. And so in general terms, I don't worry too much. He doesn't eat a lot of sweets, but he does love his ketchup. I then got some honey barbecue sauce, a jar of Biscoff and a can of sweet corn, 2 packages of the pilau rice. So the rice aisle was the fullest I have seen it since lockdown began. Everything was there. The packaged rice, the raw rice, the long grain and basmati and brown rice, packages of those. It was just everything was there. Now I have got some long grain in the cupboard, but we're having curry tonight, and I just thought the pilau rice would be quick and easy just to heat up to have with that. Some pasta shells. One of these, I love malt loaf. I've always loved it. And if I buy a whole thing of malt loaf, that's not ideal. They're not particularly high in fat, but I don't really need to eat a whole loaf, and neither Caleb or Toney will eat it. But they sell these little packs of 2 slices with butter, which is how I love to eat my malt loaf. And so I've just got that to have as a little treat for me this week. Some chopped tomatoes with chilli and a passata. A can of cream of chicken soup. I was looking for the Campbell, the Campbell's condensed. They only had tomato in at the moment. They usually do have chicken and mushroom as well, but all they had was tomato. So I've got 1 can of Campbell's in the cupboard, and then I'll just use this. I need the meal I'm making this week that uses it needs 2 cans, so I'll just use this instead, and then less of whatever other liquid I'm putting in. A can of condensed milk. Apple juice. I've got a big milk in the freezer, so I will take that out in a few minutes here, and we've got the leftover milk. No, the rest of a small carton that we picked up during the week. 2 pots of sour cream, a little pot of double cream, some of the liver sausage again. I really enjoyed this when I bought it a couple of weeks ago, so it's back in the trolley this week, and for 70p, I love that. And then this ham looked really nice. This is the deli. So again, because the deli counters are not open, they're carving off the meats and just packaging it up into different size packaging and putting it out on an area of the refrigerated aisles. And this just looked really nice. It's honey roast ham, and there are 18 slices in there. So £4, a bit more than we normally pay for just sandwich ham, but it does look really nice. And I'm going to have some ham and egg salads and things like that for my lunch this week. Some piri-piri chicken, breast pieces, a little pot of the mini chicken sautés, a block of butter, a tub of garlic and herb soft cheese, some Dunkers, Caleb hasn't had those for a while, some red Leicester cheese and mozzarella cheese, 2 more of these little ready meals as options for Caleb, a penne bolognese and a mac and cheese, a big box of the Innocent smoothies. These are the orange, mango and pineapple ones. Some frozen raspberries, those are for me to have with yogurt and various things. Caleb's been quite enjoying these as a lunch. They take 2 minutes in the microwave, they are quite tasty. Little pizza pockets, so there's a triple cheese one and a pepperoni one, so I picked up 2 packs of those this week. Some corn sausages, I will cook some of those up and have them for a snack for me. Some of the belly slices, now I was looking for pork shoulder steaks to cut down to make, it's the equivalent of what in the States is called country style ribs, so like boneless ribs, which after much investigation I learned are not ribs, they're actually shoulder, and they're pieces of shoulder pork, and that's why they are very different to ribs. Couldn't find any shoulder steaks or even a nice piece of pork shoulder, so I got some of the belly slices, and I'm going to use those for my crock pot meal that I'm making, and hoping that they turn out okay. If not, we'll be getting a takeaway that night if they just disintegrate. 2 packages of streaky bacon, a turkey mince, one of the little boneless pork joints, a medium whole chicken, some all-round British potatoes, some curly kale, a pack of mixed peppers, some regular close-cut mushrooms, red onions, a baby leaf and kale salad, some romaine salad and some little gem lettuce, a cucumber, some parsley and mint, baby corn, some vine ripened tomatoes. These were in their kind of fruit and veg deal this week. I think they were 59p, but they look really nice. 2 packages of the butternut squash and sweet potatoes. I'm going to use that to make up a soup for a few lunches this week. Some of these flat nectarines. Now, I've seen flat peaches before, but I've not seen flat nectarines, so I picked those up to try. Another one of the big boxes of strawberries. Those look really good. They were £3. We will have some aside to eat, and then we'll freeze some of the others to use in smoothies. A bag of sweet apples and some pears, mini bananas, some melon slices, and a little pot of blueberries. So that was the haul. Just realised I haven't put the menu on the counter, so I'll grab that and I'll be right back. So that's better. So tonight we're going to have chicken curry. I'm going to use the Mayflower curry sauce, which is my favourite, with rice and the pilau rice and the little naan breads. Caleb will probably have perhaps the mac and cheese, or maybe we've got some sweet and sour chicken, or we've even got some chicken nuggets and scampi bites and things in the freezer. So he can have whatever he likes, and he'll have some rice with it maybe if he doesn't have a complete meal. Tomorrow, roast dinner using the pork. Monday, bacon wrapped chicken with mash and corn. So that's just flattened out chicken breasts with some of the garlic and herb cream cheese in the middle, and a little bit of shredded cheese, and then wrapped in bacon and baked. Yum, yum. Creamy mince and shells with garlic bread on Tuesday. Mexican chicken cornbread casserole with salad on Wednesday. Slow cooker barbecue ribs with baked potatoes, salad and corn on the cob on Thursday. And that's what I'm going to use the belly slices for, because this is a recipe that uses the country style ribs in the States, which are boneless. And as I said, they're actually shoulder pieces, but couldn't find that. So I'm going to go with belly slices and see what happens. Creamy chicken casserole with mash and broccoli on Friday. So that's our plan for the week ahead. Thank you for joining us for this grocery haul, and we look forward to seeing you back here on the Seesaw soon.